Hey, what's going on out there, people? It's me again, SEL0320. I know it's been a while, y'all. I hadn't made a video since I don't know when the last review I made. In all honesty, I've been looking at y'all's reviews and they've been so awesome. Shout out to the gorgeous Geeks. Um, Definitely CK61938. Forever King 116. All y'all's review are serious, man. I love y'all's review. But for once today, I'm gonna make my own review. My review is gonna be on tonight. Well, it wasn't tonight. It was Thursday nights. Scion. Let me go ahead and I guess break it down the best I can. Um, when it first started up, I already had kind of low expectations because of last week's episode, Fortune. Fortune, it was funny, but at the same time, it had no relevance, and it was the worst time for a filler ever. You don't waste your last 6 episodes and put random filler in there, but that's beside the point. But yeah, Scion, it was amazing. It kind of blew me away in all honesty. Like, CK61938, he made a statement, said this feels just like a comic book, and I felt the same exact way. I have to agree. When it first started up, the episode started with Tess going over to the house, and they were talking, and like Clark was like, "Okay, what's going on?" She's like, "I just need to catch up," and it's like, "Okay, what's going on? What's she done?" And of course, we know by the previews what was going to happen. So she revealed that Connor was a dual DNA of Lex and Clark, and Clark was like, "Oh crap!" And so at first, Clark was playing real coy with the kid. A lot of symbolism was going on through my mind because I remember back to season 1 and everything that Connor was dealing with, as far as like his need to try to be this and fit in and stuff like that. It really felt like Clark. Like, it was really awesome, the good transition that they did. I'm trying to think what was the next thing that happened. The next thing that happened was Lionel. He showed up on the scene and he was having a conversation with Tess to tell her he was basically trashing Tess terribly. But that's just how Psyche is about control. But he was basically saying, "Where's my son? I need him back." Tess came up with, I guess, one of the other model clones that got destroyed in the lab, and I think she faked that joint and put it in there and put it in the tube and said, "Okay, this is Lex. This is life." So aging process went overdrive. He couldn't stop it, and he was like, immediately, he's like, "No, I don't believe it." And so fast forward a little bit, Clark finally reveals that he has powers just like Connor, and Connor is so intrigued. And so they start going into trying to learn abilities and stuff, and I was just like, this is so hilarious. It was going back to like, I think like season 1 or season 2, when Clark would have these bursts whenever he'd think of Lana. I think it started when they were in Clark's classroom, and he was looking at his teacher, and she was, I guess, glaring and stuff like that, and Clark all of a sudden just got those bursts, and so he had to learn how to control him, and basically Connor did the same exact thing except with Lois. It was very interesting. I mean, it was a lot more funnier parts in this than it was in Fortune to me personally, and it was a legit episode. I mean, at a certain point, Lionel kind of manipulates him based off of Clark's weaknesses. One of Clark's main weaknesses, he tries to protect everybody, and in doing so, what he does is he compromises them by lying to them. And when you lie to somebody, they automatically think you don't trust them, and they'll go and do whatever. And that's what happened to Connor. Connor left, scared. Lionel found him, basically told him you can't trust Clark. And I mean, I don't know why Clark keeps doing the same exact thing, but he'll get there. I have faith in him. But what happens is Lionel gives the boy a ring, and I was like, oh crap. Alright, what kind of ring is this? Is he gonna split them off in halves like with Black K? Is it gonna be Kryptonite and just like try to do something? No, it was a Red K. I was like, oh no, it's bad. Because I mean, in my whole experience in looking at Smallville, and I look at Clark on Red K, like I think back to Crimson when Lex and Lana were married, and Clark raised all sorts of cane. In season 2, he almost killed a girl. Different occasion. Clark's inhibitions just shoot out the air. and it's like every fault that might be in him, every little piece of darkness that comes out. But this boy, he's got all the insecurities of Clark, and he's got the evil desires of Lex. And so what happens was he basically I can't remember if he saves Lois or no, it was an interaction that they had, and he was trying to give her all these kind of gifts and stuff like that. He gets her in trouble, and then he was saying, "Oh, we gotta go," and so he takes her back to the mansion. I was like, "This is not good," because like he's gonna get progressively worse. Sure enough, like this boy borderline was like forcing himself on Lois, and I was like, "This is not good." Like he had her pinned down, he was throwing her around. I was like, now see, if that was me, and I was Clark, I'd bend his tail and pow. Nah, I'm just playing. But I mean, like seriously, they didn't even address that. Like Clark didn't even get really mad about that. The fact that his fiance basically was sexually assaulted, basically. I mean, granted it was a red K. I guess Clark can empathize with that, but Clark, it's whatever. At the end of the episode, everything tied in. Superboy, he had the shirt, and it was serious. I was like, this is awesome. This is Connor Kent. And they got his storyline straight. They put it in one episode. Me personally, what they need to do, I think they need to bring Martha. Bring Martha back and get her taking care of that Kent farm. And then now that the boy is enrolled in school, he can continue the legacy that Clark started in Smallville, and it repeats all over again as Clark transitions to Metropolis. I think it'd be really good. But yeah, they tie that up really good. And then Lionel at the end, like basically Tess used the documentation that he used when he left her at Weakness, and said that okay, these fingerprints up here that Lionel left, okay, they're flipped compared to the one you got because he's an alternate dimension. It's not the real Lionel. But I've been noticing with this Lionel, it's totally different. The other Lionel, like he was ruthless and he was a bad guy. But as we found out, like his end path was trying to access something or trying to get something for himself, but at the same time that wasn't necessarily trying to kill everybody. This Lionel totally, he embraces every bit of darkness. I think that Ed had a conversation about him talking to I think Lois, the fact that like Lex killed her. Lex killed him, and he was like, okay, that's a real Luther. And I was like, this dude is evil. And in my mind I was like, okay, this is something that darkness can use ultimately. Sure enough, end of the episode, I was looking, and he went to the J site. It was such a beautiful scene the way they did it. And, the headstone, I think it had a light at the top of it. It was awesome. Lex grave. Lionel was like, I need my real son back, like no matter what. And he's like, I'll do anything. All of a sudden, I see the mist coming. I was like, oh Snoop! I was geeking out hard, dude. But sure enough, what happened was Darkseid showed up in full form. That dude looked like he about 7 feet tall. He was built. It was sick, man. As far as I forgot something that I didn't address. At some point after Lois gets tossed around, Clark shows up in time, and he confronts Superboy. And I know some people, I think Human Scorch and CK were talking about like the fight and the fact that kind of Clark was just like, and he got beat up, kind of. I mean, he got slapped around, but I mean, every time he got hit, he just looked up like, Connor, stop that. And it's basically like kind of bash in the face, like, okay, I'm almost to the point I'm Superman right now. Like, you're not even really touching me. You hit me around, it ain't nothing compared to like Doomsday or somebody else that I've like fought in the past. And so I think he really honestly just didn't want to hurt the boy, which was very admirable and it was cool. It would have been cool to see a real fight, but I mean, I love the episode regardless. And so I definitely get the episode 10 out of 10 rating. Sad it's gonna be like April until it comes back on. Like, it's sad. But I definitely will probably be trying to do some reviews on different stuff. I've recently looked at some new series. One is Being Human. Sci-Fi Channel, great show. CK611938, dude, you are the man. Cause like you got me on this show that I'm hooked on. It's No Ordinary Family, and it's got the enthusiasm and the drive of Heroes, but it's got the feel of Smallville Security. And it's like, I know it's something that I can probably look at through the ages as the kids grow up. It's kind of like The Incredibles, basically, on television. And, I mean, it's really good. Like, I liked it. The CG was on point. Fight scenes. First episode was good. So, yeah, definitely No More Heroes. No Ordinary Heroes, I'm sorry. No Ordinary Family and Being Human. I'm probably going to try to do some reviews on those. Hopefully by this next time I have a shave. I'm sorry about that, y'all. It's been rough. The last 5 episodes, I'm going to do reviews on Smallville because it's the end. I love the show. Lived and breathed it since like my freshman year of high school. So, I guess that really touched on everything. Predictions for Kent. I really don't know what to make out of the whole preview. They haven't left any spoilers for Kent at all. All I know is that Lionel is going to make a deal with Darkseid to get his son back. Now, everybody is pitching that it would be better if just Lex was just alive, period. That he was just like underneath the scenes the whole entire time. That would be so cool. But, I mean, if he brings him back from the grave, then that's fine with me. The remains, they couldn't find them, so it's all wherever. But, yeah, I'm glad Michael Rosenbaum's coming back. But, yeah. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching my review. Have a good night.